There we go.
Right, can
Okay.
you confirm it?
So maybe
Okay.
give me a sort of a background. It sounds like you've had some social media experience. Just a little bit I read of your resume. Sounds like you've had some experience in the social media space.
Right, right. It's actually more of a the whole digital marketing space, from social media to LinkedIn to email marketing, through doing video marketing, because I also do video editing.
Okay.
So pretty much I am a call center manager for 15 years before that. Then I jump into social media and digital marketing because I've worked for Nikon. I'm a photographer and videographer also, and a writer at the same time. I do write from time to time. So I jumped from the corporate space to social media, and now is working for 4 years and have grown and worked with e-commerce brands, um, foundations, chamber of commerce, tech brands.
Yeah.
So yeah, yep.
What prompted the jump from the call center manager over to to digital marketing?
Well, I gotta be honest, it's really the working from home setup, man. Because
Yeah.
at that exact time, both me and my wife are call center managers, so it was crazy, chaotic, everyday thing, right? So,
Yeah.
and we had our third kid, so it's kind of a wake up call, really. So when we had our third kid, we just quit the job
Yeah.
and try to do the digital marketing, which is very close to us because we do graphics and videos. So it's a niche that's very close to us.
Okay. Okay. And so it sounds like technically you've got some skills around video editing, content creation, writing. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a pretty broad set of skills, which is awesome. I mean, how did you hone all those skills? That's if like call center manager doesn't really scream to me video editor, video content creator, writer.
Right. No, as a matter of fact, when I was in the call center, my pastime was really creative writing and songwriting, and then eventually transitioned to technical writing. And then we kind of hook up with Nikon, the camera brand, doing events for them.
Yeah.
So that's the start of the social media. I think that was 2012, 2013 or something. That's really the start of the digital marketing, social media brand. And then we grow our own photography brand. That's where we did Facebook ads, we did LinkedIn marketing. So it's kind of
And I,
something that we've worked as a hobby, and then
yeah.
transitioned,
Oh, so
as a
when you
regular
say
job.
you had your own like sort of video or sorry, your own like little business that you were doing, so you were promoting your own business and selling your
Right.
services. Okay. And
Yeah.
so you like dove in, you've done Facebook ads, you've done, marketing on Facebook, LinkedIn, all of that. Is that
Right, right. Matter of fact, this year we also started our own local e-commerce brand here in the Philippines, and have ventured to coffee roasting and production. So we do Facebook ads on that, and also our dogs. We have American Bullies, so we also have sponsors with our dogs. So we grow our audience from zero to, I think it's 7,000 right now after a year or so creating that Facebook page, The Bully Brewery. It's our personal Facebook page.
okay? And what was that Facebook page again?
The name of the page is The Bully Brewery. It's basically a page for the American bullies.
Okay, can you throw it in the chat window? I want to go check it out.
Oh yeah, yeah. I haven't really done
That's okay.
content right now because we were impacted by COVID. It was crazy, but
Yeah.
prior to that, we have huge content and huge following. But that's the page. I also started to create the website as well. But you
Okay.
can take a look at that specific page. That's our style of content, writing, videos also.
Okay. Very good. I'll do that. I'll do that. So talk to me about so it sounds like you've taken a brand from and even especially your own brand from nothing to thousands of followers. So talk to me about how you accomplished that. Like, what were you doing to create that audience? Was it a combination of organic and paid? What kind of media were you using? What kind of activities were you doing? I'd love to hear from you a little more about that.
Okay, it's a pretty diverse strategy across different brands. For our own, like for example, for the Bully Brewery, we try to determine who our audiences are. We join groups as the Facebook page itself, and then post contents there. What we noticed that actually grew our page exponentially is when we go to a page or when we join a page, that is where our target audience is, where our family, because we are positioning ourselves as family dog breeders, dog owners, and everything is pretty much family owned. Dogs are family trained. So we identify our audience. We build our content around that. We build infographics. Actually, infographic was really the most following that we've had. We had like 100,000 reach with the infographics about why an American bully is not a harmless dog, a harmful dog, and why is it good for your kids. So we created content like that
Mhm.
and supplemented with videos. So it's just mostly brand awareness. It's pretty much organic with our own brand, joining Facebook pages, Facebook groups. We also created our own groups and build a community to I think about 5,000, from 0 to 5,000. So it's a community of family owners, family dog breeders as well.
Yeah,
While growing pages, the e-commerce pages, it's actually a mix of organic and paid
yeah,
because we have to do organic posting and supplement it with paid with Facebook ads, creating awareness campaign or creating ads that is trying to convert or just trying to generate whatever the goal maybe is. While for I've worked with the Mark Cuban Supportive Foundation also. The name is Clever Talks. We wanted to gather donations and funding. So it's a combination of social media campaign and email marketing campaign where we utilize email funnels and email sequences, supplementing the social media posts.
okay. And what product were you using for your email campaigns?
We use Mixmax, Woodpecker, Mailchimp. The
Okay,
most recent that I've used is when I also used to work for Neil Patel's Hello Bar, doing pop-ups for them as a more like a graphic designers and email strategist also. So we use their product also, Active Campaign.
okay. So you're familiar with the whole suite of products, and yeah, we use
Yes.
a product called Kartra, which is very similar to Active Campaign.
Oh
It,
yeah. Okay.
I'm not worried about that. I mean, it sounds like you've got a very strong handle on the technology.
Yeah, right. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know. Plus, the kids are playing Roblox and Minecraft, so you gotta keep up with your own tech.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're speaking my language right there. Um, so I guess talk to me about the Facebook page, our Facebook page there, Pillar Six College. Kind of what were your thoughts on it? Based on what you saw, who would you consider, or let me basically, yeah, let me start there. What did you think of the page? What some of the things you that stood out for you? And I know you gave me that write up, and I'll go through that in
Right.
more depth afterwards. But I just love to hear your 2 cents on it.
Yeah, sure, no problem. And also, the write-up is kind of detailed. Here's my real impromptu take on it. I've taken a look at that. I think it was a few hours ago when we got settled here in the hotel because we were quarantined. So really when I look at the page, the main thing that shouts for me, the main opportunity is coherence, right? I think that the content is very good, the copy is very good. When I look at the videos in YouTube, um, I am kind of wondering why the following, I think it was 3 followers right now, subscribers. But man, the content when you go inside, it's a juicy content. So I think it's just really putting the brand out there and branding it, having the right assets, having the right packaging, for people to taste the product. Because I think once they taste it and indulge in the content, they will love it. So really, when I looked at the page, the coherence is more on the presentation thing. There are
Okay.
different fonts, different colors, different styles of editing as well. And when you look at the when you look at the topics, there are there are topics that were discussed, like, um in almost the same line of thought, which I think can easily be addressed through
Hmm.
a content calendar. If we just map out the calendar, of the content that we want, of the topics that we want, of the emotions that we want to address by posting it. I think that can be easily addressed. So it's really the main thing: coherence, call to action too. So, like, for example, if you look at the cover photo and the logo, it's kind of the same thing. So, I personally thought that the cover photo would be like a billboard, right? Shouting what the brand is, putting call to action, like contact us to get like free consultation and whatnot, or worded in a more brief and concise manner, right?
Okay.
So yeah, that's just really my quick observation. There should be more on that as we analyze more, but that's really my quick observation.
Okay. And then in terms of the social media strategy itself, is that something you're comfortable owning and really, like you mentioned, content calendar, really taking that and building that out over a period of days, weeks, and months so that, it's
Right.
it's cohesive? I mean, is that something you've done in the past or are comfortable doing?
Yes. Yes, that's something I've done in the past. I've actually have one sample here that I've opened right now, for one of the brands I work with. But yeah, I consider this as an end-to-end thing, where you give me a goal. What is the goal? Are we converting? Are we just putting the brand out there, growing our pages, and segregate it into timelines, stages also? So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm comfortable doing the social media calendar, and also creating the copy, the image, the designs, which we will use as a template later on, creating the branding guidelines, where we will put the exact guidelines in paper, right? What color represent our brand? What's the psychology behind that color? What font is best for us? What's the variation of the logo? If it's a dark background, if it's a light background, and whatnot. So yeah, I'm very comfortable doing this hands-on,
Okay.
and also because of my management background in cracking numbers, I'm also comfortable of doing reporting daily, and communication. Well, every 2 days, or whatever the checkpoint may be. I'm
Yeah.
also comfortable cracking numbers and presenting it to you in an understandable graph and presentation, so you can just see the progress in a nutshell, and you can
Yeah.
see what are the things that we will be working on.
Okay. So you brought up a good point, and let's talk about that, which is goals. Okay. So really, we've got three goals that we're after. Um, First is just social engagement. So creating some social proof where we've got a following, where we're trying to drive engagement with our brand, our message. So just straight up, not really. We have an audience, in mind that this is sort of our target audience, but at the first step, it's really just getting people to engage because, as you rightly pointed out, like we've got 3 followers on YouTube and a couple hundred on Facebook.
100, yeah.
Yeah, 100 on Facebook. So it's really quite small. So first, we need to grow that, grow the social proof, and really create some engagement on our content. So likes, shares, that kind of thing. Get that going. So that's goal number one, just at the sort of the top layer of the funnel. But then we'd like to take that engagement and start converting it into prospects. So taking them from just passively engaging with our content to requesting a more active engagement where they opt in for, some type of lead magnet or some type of, regular communication where we're speaking to them in a more, they've requested that interaction at a higher level, not just in social, but in maybe a direct email campaign or that. So they've opted in. So converting from social to a more prospect oriented. And then obviously, and the end result is the final conversion, which is a sale. So we've got digital products that we want to sell to the, do you need to take a break, grab a water or anything?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
It's all good.
So yeah, those are the three goals that we're going to be after. The number one, first right out of the gate, we need to get some social activity going. We need some social proof built, some engagement built with the brand, but not at the expense of trying to convert people into prospects and then finally into customers. So does that make sense?
Yeah. Basically makes sense. I think that's also in line with the plan that I drafted there based on what I see. So it's really based on research and identifying what our growth rate will be, who are our customers, what are the course of action that we will take. And in terms of doing lead magnets and engagement of prospects, we can employ like messenger bots, fully utilize that.
So is that
I'm
something?
not an expert personally in messenger bots, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I have a background. My sister and brothers are both expert and is connected with the main company for messenger bots. So that's something that I can leverage with, try to
Great.
get some knowledge, and
Yeah.
apply that here on our campaign.
Okay. In terms of our target audience, just having read the little bit of content you did and watched some of the videos, who do you feel our audience is? Who do you feel we're talking to when you look at that? I think it's pretty clear we're in the college planning market. I think that's
Right.
hopefully that came across. If that didn't come across, we're in
Yeah.
trouble. But
Yeah.
just based on what you read and saw, what would you feel like you think the audience is? Like, who are we talking to in that audience?
Yeah, I think it's just really the uh, middle wage family trying to plan out a college, and trying to meet both ends. Uh, I connected to your product. I connected to your brand because me personally, I came from that family who tried to meet both ends and doesn't have any financial planning. So
Right.
I think those are the type of families that you can connect with, and probably having like 3 kids, 5 kids or so. So it's like us telling them that it's okay, even if you think that the expense is high, there is a way to get around that through proper, educated financial college planning.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I think just to kind of hone in a little more, you're absolutely right. It's that middle income family, but more specifically, we're talking to parents. And that's something we want to be careful of is, are we talking to the right audience? There's two parties in the equation. There's the parent, there's the child. So we've got to, the messaging we're going to market with today is directed squarely at the parents. So we just need to think through that. And that's something that I think
Right.
sounds like you could help us with is the
Yeah.
messaging and the audience and that. So, okay.
And we can probably insert, or that will come from the research also, how much of the child factor is engaging with the competition. So if they are, then why not insert like every 2 weeks one content for them, something like that. So we can just map it out in a content calendar,
Right.
and whatever that comes out in the research.
And when you say research, how do you envision that sort of coming together? What's the process for you for researching?
Well, I think it's just really looking at the competition on what are their marketing strategies, what are their messaging. The competition meaning if we are targeting the same area, the same middle income parents. So it's just really competition analysis and putting side to side like four competitors and seeing what are the things that they are doing right, what are the things that that we can adapt and improve on, so we can use it also in our campaign. And also hashtag research. What are the um, hashtags that can grow our brand? So we can also use that.
Excellent, excellent. Okay. So, I mean, and here's one other area that we struggle with, and it's the videos themselves, getting people to hang in there for the entire length of the video. And I
Mhm.
think that's, how would you handle increasing our engagement so that people consume some of this content? Like, I mean, we do,
Mm,
I know there's the Facebook Lives, which is one medium,
right.
but there's video that's on YouTube. So what would you do to help us, or how could you help us drive some more engagement or sort of watches and
Mm,
watch time?
right. Well, I think my background in e-commerce and doing uh, convertible videos it can definitely help out with that. I follow the principle. I follow the AIDA principle in terms of the doing video where the first 3 seconds is usually the hook. So what I envision though, since this is a long video, what I envision is we post like a teaser, kind of like a trailer,
Yeah,
10 seconds, 15 seconds maybe, and the 3 seconds will be the hook and kind of like building it up, which I
yeah,
can definitely help you out with that. And in the end, uh, putting up a cliffhanger, right? So that
yeah.
they will click on the actual video and in turn increasing the watch time.
Okay. So, I mean, I'll have to say I'm very impressed with your background and everything I'm hearing so far. I'll tell you the one concern I have. It sounds like you're a busy guy. Like it sounds like you've got a lot of
Mm,
irons in the fire in terms of not just a family life, but I mean, you've got your own business with the Facebook. It sounds like
uh,
you've got a couple clients on the side. How do you, I mean, is this something you're looking for full-time work to work with us, or
yeah,
are you looking for part-time work?
this is actually something that I'm looking to do full time.
Okay.
Um, my dogs, I have right now. I'm not building out content. Yeah, you can also see that in the Bully Brewery. My Facebook page is named the for the coffee, the brewed coffee. I haven't built out content on that yet because I wanted to focus on growing digitally, and
Mhm.
I only have one client right now. Previously, I have two, but it just so happened that Yancy, I worked with Yancy in the past. He posted that they're in need of this, so I kind of like why not add this? The only client that I have right now, I'm only working for 2 hours,
Okay.
so I wanted something which is Australian Lemonap, a tech company. I wanted something full time that's not conflicting with what I have, so
Okay.
that's why when they mentioned that it's US, yeah, I was very interested.
Okay.
In
Yeah.
terms of business, like coffee and whatnot, those are um, those can run by itself. There are people that can be trained. Also with dogs, those can run by itself when I want to get back to it and scale it.
Okay. Very good. And yeah, I think from our perspective and my perspective, and I won't speak for my partner, but I think we're on the same page, is that we view this role as having very flexible hours with a couple exceptions is that when we do want to meet face to face, you know, I'd like to be able to do that
Yeah,
in sort of you know, a time that's convenient, sort of US business hours. So once or twice a week, I would like to spend an hour or two on the phone. But short of that, I view this role as, one, very independent. You need to be able to manage and sort of create the content, or sorry, create the calendar, laying out the content, and then owning, building that content, getting that content
right.
out. And, obviously we will be there to support you in the writing of any technical content that you can't, or, wouldn't have the background. But on the short stuff, like the short form content, we're hoping you can take that writing on. And it sounds like
Yeah.
you're comfortable with that. So um, talk to me about timing. If we were to move forward, what's your timing in terms of transitioning into a role like this?
Honestly, I can start as early as Monday. It's just because tomorrow is Sunday, you know. But but
Yeah, I can tell you I'm not going to be ready on Sunday. So
yeah, but really, I don't have any problem with adjusting shift. Actually, the this being a very flexible and results oriented kind of thing is something that motivates me. I'm driven by targets and goals,
okay.
and I report my performance based on that target because I find it hard to kind of work on a clock and then people monitoring every
Yeah.
step of every second. So
That's
I
not
think
what
that's
we're
very counterproductive also.
Yeah. We're, to your point, we're going to be very goal oriented. We're going to, we're going to work together, you and I and my partner Roman, and say, okay, here's the goals, here's the
Right.
targets. We want to be at these places by these points in time, or close enough.
Yeah.
And then, we just want you to execute, and that's really what we're all about.
Yeah, and I like that. But yeah, I think you say telling me the goal would be great so I can have kind of like my stretch goals also, the
Yeah.
plus minus, you know, so that we can evaluate if we're just merely passing or we're really failing, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, I think I'm very I'm very positive talking to you with the plans. Don't worry about the meeting. Even if you meet every day, I can adjust with your time zone. I don't
Yeah.
really have. I've been working US hours, I think, for 18 years already. So
Yeah.
that's no
Yeah.
problem for me.
Yeah, maybe it is every day, maybe it's not. I mean, I'm not too,
Uh,
we'll work out the mechanics as soon as we move forward. But yeah, it's just we want to know that we can set some targets and have you help us hit them. So
for sure. For
okay,
sure,
let
man.
me do this. I'm gonna reach out to Anne, give her my feedback, and then I would like to see if we can get you on with my partner. It'll probably be Monday to meet with Roman, if that works for you. We'll do a
Yeah.
similar time. I'll check with Roman.
Yeah,
If
similar time would work great. It would also give me a more time to review the videos this time that Roman did and kind of build a recommendation around that while I'm discussing with him. Because I
Okay.
see that Roman was the one doing the video, so
Yes.
I can definitely do more in depth on that and kind of like discuss in a free flow conversation too about what I think and what we can improve on.
Excellent. Well, Ian, this has been a real pleasure. I appreciate you on such quick timing and turnaround getting on the call. So thank you for that.
Thanks,
And I
Rob.
know we'll be in touch later today to work something out for the next meeting.
All right, awesome. I'll be looking forward, man. You take care.
You too. Take
Enjoy
care.
your weekend. Enjoy your weekend.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye bye.